So today I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing and first impressions of the new Google Pixel 8a, as well as a load of cases from Caseology, and they were kind enough to send these over, so I'm going to try these on the phone. Now, of course, I know that there's plenty of review videos out already on the new Google Pixel 8a, but this is just an opportunity for me to give you my first impressions, and then I'll be using this phone for a few weeks, taking it with me to Tunisia, and then that's where I'll be dropping my full review on this Google Pixel 8a, and I will also have another phone with me to compare a few photos as well. So let's get into it. So here is the new Google Pixel 8a. It's nice that I've got an opportunity to unbox a brand new Pixel round about when it was released, and I've got the phone in its porcelain colour, but of course it's available in black, that green colour and that blue colour called bay, which I would have preferred one of those colours, but for the price that I paid I could just get the porcelain, which is fine. So we'll just pull the tabs. And here is our Pixel 8a, which I'll just pop aside for a second. And then you just get the usual USB-A to USB-C adapter for transferring your data, and then a USB-C to USB-C cable in the box, and that's your lot. So here is the new Google Pixel 8a in porcelain. And of course it's a plastic back, which is absolutely fine for me. And then you've got that matte metal camera visor, which I definitely prefer over the glossy one found on the 7 Pro when I reviewed that. Check out that video on my channel. So let's just turn the phone on. Took a second or two. Of course, in reviews that have been out already, I will mention it from the get-go, some chunky bezels around the phone, which is the topic of discussion in all of the reviews that I've seen, but it doesn't bother me that much. So of course it's very similar to other Pixels released from the Pixel 6, same camera visor, and then of course the tradition with the A series is to have a lot of what the flagship Pixels have, so the 6, the 7s, and now the 8s have, but stripping back on a few things to get the price a little bit lower. Now, of course, price-wise, it's normally about £500 thereabouts for the Pixel 8a. And then, of course, there's that controversial thing of the regular Pixel 8, which will improve on the 8a in several ways, being found at discounted prices. So it makes the value proposition of the Pixel 8a a bit questionable to some. So I'm just going to skip all of that. So I've just put my Wi-Fi in, and then it will just briefly go through the other setup process of the Pixel 8a. And of course, this is, as usual, the usual long process part of setting up any new phone. So then it will just take you through other parts of the setup process, setting up a pin and the in-display fingerprints sensor, which I will do just so we can see how fast it is. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Pixels have never really had the fastest in-display fingerprint scanners. They did improve a little bit, I think, from the 6 to the 7s, but overall they've never been the quickest. I'll skip the face unlock. I won't bother copying that, and then you just go through the setup process. Do not back up for the time being. Can be a bit of a long-winded process, of course, setting up a new phone. I'll skip all that. Skip that because I know how to do it. I've done it plenty of times. And there we have the new Google Pixel 8a in all its glory. Now, of course, the display has been upped to a 120 Hz refresh rate display, up from the 90 Hz on the Pixel 7, but off by default. So now that should be nice and smooth. And of course, there's no preloaded apps, no bloatware or anything like that, as to be expected from a Pixel. And then if I just take a couple of pictures just to test out the camera. And then of course you've got the ultra wide and then the 2x crop, which doesn't seem to be too bad. So of course the Pixel comes powered by Google's 3rd gen Tensor chip, the Tensor G3, found in the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. And overall it's pretty snappy, apps open quickly, which is nice. So overall, it's a pretty nice looking phone. Yes, the bezels are a little bit chunky around the edge, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. Let's just test the fingerprint scanner. Nice and responsive. And then if you compare size-wise to the new Nothing Phone 2A, and this is the phone I will be taking with me as well, you can see that it's considerably larger at a 6.7-inch display with slimmer bezels on the bottom. So yeah, watch out for that video when I'll be comparing some photos with the Pixel 8a and the Nothing Phone 2a. So that's the unboxing. Let's just open up some of these cases supplied by Caseology. They were kind enough to send these over. So we'll just open up these and just test them out on the phone. So this is their clear Capella kickstand. And of course that fits nicely. I haven't taken the plastic wrapping off, but they do offer some nice protective cases. Can't get that open, that's what happens when you don't have fingernails. But there is a kickstand on the back should you do a lot of media consumption, and they're quite tricky to get off, which is a good thing, of course. Next up is their parallax case. They usually do these in a few colors, and this is one of my favorites that I have used on previous phones, and of course I've got them on my iPhone as well, and that does fit nicely. And it's really premium materials. You've got a nice grippy side, raised edges around the display, and all your ports and the buttons are very clicky as well, which is great. Let's get rid of the Chiefs stickers. This one is another parallax, and I will simply unbox so you can see the colour. That's quite nice actually, and again nice and snug. And there's a third parallax. I won't unbox this one, that's just in black, bit of a boring one. And then they do the nano pop cases. Oh, and you do get wipes and buffering cloths as well. This is kind of like a matte sort of feel. It is quite nice. I think I've currently got one of those on my iPhone 15 Pro Max in green, which is cool. So you've got a obviously black back and then a grey around the camera housing, which is quite nice. And then just down on this lower half of the case, it's rough to add a little bit of grip, and then of course you've got the same raised edges around as well. And then the last one, just another nano pop. This time in blue with a nice contrast of yellow, which is quite nice as well. And again, rough sides for grip, raised edges to protect your display, and all the buttons and ports. And they allow you very clicky buttons. So that's just my very quick unboxing and first look at the new Google Pixel 8a. Of course, I will be dropping a more in-depth review in the next month or so, only because I'm going away to Tunisia towards the end of June for 2 weeks, and I am taking this with me and I will be using it whilst I'm over there. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video, you want to see my take on the Pixel 8a. And like I said, I will be dropping some comparison photos with the Pixel 8a and a new Nothing Phone 2a, and a separate review on a Nothing Phone will be coming as well. So subscribe, like I said, if you want to see those videos, and I'll see you in the next one.